I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do this again, guys. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? How do you do? It's your boy Gray here. Welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a joke to start off today's video, man. I don't know how many of you guys saw my in-depth, in sarcastic quotation, in-depth final review for Call of Duty World War II, but it was like a 4 or 5 minute video where all I did was eat a cup noodle. I just want to bring back a little bit of that just joking manner here. But today we are going to go into a little bit of my final review of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This will be an actual review. I feel like this game does deserve at least that. Honestly, Call of Duty World War II at the time, to me, did not deserve anything. So that's why in World War II, that's why that video was basically me eating noodles. And at the very end of the video, I say the only words in that entire video, which was, I think I said something like, I heard the campaign was all right. Remember the last time I did that Call of Duty World War II review video and all I did was eat a cup noodles for like 5 minutes? I remember the people were kind of pissed. They were PO'd in the comment section. They're like, oh, you clickbaited us. You didn't really do a review. What is this? I mean, that was the point. Like, that was the point. That was my review. And technically at the end of that video, I did say, I heard the campaign was all right. Yeah, that's a review. Anyways, man, all jokes aside here, guys, Modern Warfare 2019, literally only a few hours away at this point, are going to be covering it extensively. Live streams are going to be underway, but first and foremost, I got a lot of videos that I want to pump out, so be on the lookout for a lot of content coming soon. I honestly think this might be the last Black Ops 4 video that I'm going to do. I don't think after today there's going to be any more Black Ops 4 content on the channel for a while, if even at all. I don't know, man. I don't know. This game is supposed to, I don't even know if it's supposed to have some kind of a year 2 with anything that I should keep updated with, but I don't know. Before we get into that, guys, I will have some gameplay in the background shortly, but real quick, I just wanted to show you guys my final stats, if you will. We got Prestige Master 905. I was just a few XP. I got a couple, 4,277 XP left to go before level 906. Let me see stats here. Days played, 28 days played. 6 hours 19 minutes there. Win-loss is a 1.2. Just keep in mind, with that win-loss ratio, I mainly play solo. I am a solo player mainly, guys, so just keep that in mind. A lot of the wins and the losses, I mean, it doesn't really come down to me. I could drive, you've seen it. I've dropped high 50 kill games and I've still lost games because of poor teammates and very, very poor matchmaking. Let me see here. EKIA, my kill death ratio, 1.8 kill death ratio. It's all right. I think it was at I think the lowest I had it was like 1.5, and then I raised it up to a 1.8. I was really trying to get it to a 2.0, but I guess it just didn't pan out there. Highest kill streak, 26, and then I died off my nuke streak there. And unfortunately, I did not get a nuclear in this game. This is going to go down as, so far, the only Call of Duty title that I've played that I have not dropped a nuke on. I've literally dropped a nuke in every other Call of Duty title that I've played since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on the PlayStation 3. The only one I've skipped since then that I didn't play at all, not even 1 second of, is Advanced Warfare. So this right now is going to go down as the only Call of Duty to date that I have not dropped a nuke on. So that sucks. I tried. I really tried. There were so many chokes. So many times that I was just on a high streak and then the bullshit happened. This goddamn game, man. All right, so with all of that out of the way, let's get into this final review here. This isn't going to be too in-depth. This is just going to be certain points that I want to talk about and discuss and give my opinions on. So let's get right into this, guys. Starting things off with Black Ops 4, the one thing that I want to say to start this review off is that this game had so much potential. Out of all of the Call of Duties that I've played that have had a pretty rough either start or just a life cycle in general, like Call of Duty World War II, Infinite Warfare, I gotta say, man, out of all those games that have had like a weird start, Black Ops 4, in my opinion, had the most potential to be something great, and it just failed. Ultimately, guys, it kind of comes down to the developers simply not caring, not just about us, not just about the community, the gamers, not caring, not just about us, but simply not really caring about this game. We are all aware that they basically were put on another project, which is Call of Duty 2020, Black Ops 5 apparently, and I guess their focus was distracted, from Black Ops 4. It was clear since day one that these guys were just money hungry. I don't want to say a bad word here, money hungry a-holes that just didn't care about anything except how much money they can squeeze out of us. Talk about the overall gameplay, the overall game flow of this game. I personally feel like, I've said this many times on stream, I can sit down and I can play Team Deathmatch, Black Ops 4 Team Deathmatch for hours and not really get bored. I might get frustrated here and there. I might get pissed off at the dumbass idiots, the campers, the new generation of campers. Because the time to kill is so slow, these little idiots, I call them the new generation of campers, what they do is they hold each other's hands and they knowingly want to run with a partner, because they figured, hey, if my partner, if we run into somebody, it's going to be a 2-on-1. It's going to be tough for that one guy to kill both of us. All of that aside, man, like all the stuff, the specialist bullshit and all that stuff aside, I personally feel that the overall gameplay value, the actual gaming, the flow of this, everything about like Black Ops 4 gameplay wise was great. I truly believe, I love the way it plays out. I can play TDM for hours and not get tired. I just love the interaction between the multiplayer, like between me and the opponents. It was good. I liked it. It was fast paced. You could do a lot of different things. The slide was great. I loved it. Next up, I feel like we should talk about specialists. Now, I feel like this is another area where they dropped the ball, not necessarily with like the specialists that are in the game, although Zero was just the biggest BS. Like Zero was just unnecessary. I mean, and don't get me wrong, as somebody who runs solo, I can see why Zero is a great specialist to run. If you're running solo against a party of people, they're going to start getting score streaks. They're going to start getting, UAVs and stuff like that, and choppers and all that shit. And you can, turn it against them. I get that, especially as a solo player. But even I, as a solo player, even I know that Zero is just bullshit. There's no reason why there should be a specialist in the game that can completely take out a hard-earned score streak in an instant. It's crazy. A lot of the other specialists were just basically specialists from Black Ops 3. So once again, like little to no effort there from the developing team. I mean, it is what it is. It's just the truth. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the only new specialist that wasn't part of Black Ops 3 or part of that universe there was Zero. Let's talk about the maps and the DLC maps, shall we? First and foremost, I truly, honest to God, the initial maps that we got in the game, including the 4 previous maps that were part of, I think, like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, I think, or Black Ops 1. Those maps, the first like 12 maps that we got when the game launched, great maps. Honestly, not one map out of the initial maps that we got did I dislike. There was one map that it was annoying, and that's Icebreaker, because of the spawns. The spawns are really weird, and they never fixed it. They never even bothered to fix the spawns in Icebreaker. It was so weird. But the initial launch maps, those maps are great. I thought that they were great size. They played well. They were a lot of fun, and obviously some of them were classic maps. I thought they were great. But let's talk about the DLC maps, shall we, here, man? The DLC maps is a different story. I don't know what goes on in the head of these developers when they create maps like this. Like, I think in their mind, they're making maps for like a 12v12 or a 10v10. Like, they don't understand that it's 6v6, and these maps especially the DLC maps, are way too big, bro. It's ridiculous the amount of maps, the DLC maps, that I've refused to play. Madagascar till this day is maybe top 3 worst maps I have ever played. A god-awful map. Remnant, the last, I forgot, Remnant, and there was another one. I can't remember the name of it, but it started with an R as well. Oh my god, those maps are god-awful. In fact, what the hell is that, man? Not Madagascar, Masquerade. Masquerade is a fine map, but it extends 2 outwards. Like you could have left the map like this big and this would have been a fine battlefield, but what you guys did was you extended it so much where the spawns are ridiculously far away. Oh my god. Map Casino was, it was annoying. Like, I don't know, man. The only, honest to god, the only, like, one of the only maps that I really enjoyed that was like a new map that we never got before was like Locked Up. I like Locked Up, man. A lot of people might not lie. I like Locked Up. I like the flow of that map and the way it played. Yeah, you just had to play it smart, but it was a good map. Overall, man, I felt like the launch maps were great. The DLC maps were a heavy ball drop there, man. They dropped the ball heavy there. Like two or three of the DLC maps, like, were good, you know, like, awful. And next up here, let's talk about weapons, man. Jesus Christ. First thing I want to say here, regarding weapons, every single weapon in this game should have had an operator mod. Some weapons having an operator mod and others not having it, it seems real lazy on behalf of, you know, Treyarch and that team. Like, every single weapon in this game should have had an operator mod. For the most part, let me repeat that one more time. For the most part, the weapons were fairly balanced. Yes, there were 1 or 2 weapons that were throughout the life cycle of this game, the first year life cycle here, that were extremely overpowered and they needed to adjust 100%. The Titan being one of them, which, by the way, the Titan never got touched. The SG-12 really only nerfed it at the very end of this game's life cycle, you idiots. The Maddox, the Spitfire, the SOG, all at one point were extremely overpowered, but they were touched on pretty fast. Like, you know, developers heard us about, you know, the Spitfire and the SOG and a couple of these other weapons that were kind of like extremely overpowered, but they fixed them, so that's cool. I didn't really play with sniper rifles like at all. Like, I think I might have used the sniper rifle maybe once or twice, honestly. But the sniper rifles, I felt like, were very underpowered. It's one of the main reasons why I didn't really use the sniper rifles, because they just felt like they didn't do anything. Like, I had to always hit my target twice. The first hit was always a hit marker, and then I had to basically try and catch them again, you know? Like, I don't know, even with high caliber 1 and 2, it just felt like a lot of times I was just getting hit markers, and that's, I don't know, sniper rifles for me just did not, I didn't care too much about them. I felt like quick scoping was a bit of a overpowered thing, because then we have other idiots out there who are quick scoping and they're getting 1-shot 1 kills. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting a hit, upper chest and headshots, and it's a hit marker. Like, come on, bro. Touch on 2 more subjects here, and then I'm gonna give you guys what is, in my opinion, my final rating out of 10. So one of the last 2 things that I want to touch on here is the reserve cases. The absolute worst microtransactions, supply drop, or should I say reserve case systems in any Call of Duty ever. Black Ops 4 had the absolute worst system ever. You talk about diluting, like, weapons. Like, you want us to get, how many DLC weapons were there that we could get out of supply drops? Like, what, 6, 7, like maybe 8 or 9 or 10, something like that. And then you have like 300 to 500 different other like items, like stickers, calling cards, death effects that nobody gives a shit about, weapon charms that nobody gives a shit about, like all of these stupid things that nobody gives a goddamn shit about. And you're not even gonna give us like duplicate protected crates from the very beginning. Like, that came towards the end. And in order to get duplicate protected weapons, you have to trade in 6 just to get 3. The microtransaction system is just a joke. Like, I don't think I will ever forget that they sold a melee weapon, a sledgehammer melee weapon. I think that's what it was. It was a sledgehammer, I think, for $30. $30 for a melee weapon that you're probably going to use once. Honestly, thinking about it right now, I really didn't buy anything. I mean, I bought like one melee weapon that cost like $8 if I remember, or something like that, but that's about it. The only other thing that I bought besides that weapon, that one melee weapon, was that I always bought the tiers, like the 1 through 40, the tiers, and the tier system was great. But the tier system didn't offer anything. What it did offer was bullshit and nonsense. but they really didn't offer anything. Like, it was just like out of 50 tiers, 45 of those tiers were like stickers and outfits. And the only reason I bought the tiers was because I needed the items in them as a content creator. But if I wasn't a content creator, I promise you I would never buy the tiers. I would just grind the game. Tier system was a great idea. It was, once again, they dropped the ball on that too. It was something that had a lot of potential and it could have been great, but you know, they were money hungry, so that's what happens. They could have done more community challenges where maybe they give us deal like maps, like free maps if we completed the challenge as a community. How crazy would a community challenge have been if they would have said something like get 10 million kills as a community in 30 days or something like that, and you get the map hijacked. Like, come on, it would have been incredible. It would have been great. Last thing I want to touch on here is the Black Ops Pass. The probably the biggest sham and the biggest waste of money right there, that Black Ops Pass. That thing was stupid. I wish I could go back in time and just look at myself and just be like, yo, bro, let that go. It's not worth it. It's completely 100% not worth it. It doesn't give you shit. Pay $20 extra or 30 or 40 extra dollars for nothing. Like, the Black Ops Pass was a joke and a waste of time and a waste of money. All right, man, I'm bashing this game like a lot. Don't get me wrong, this game did a lot of fun things, a lot of good things, but it did way more bad things. So we're gonna end this video here, man. That's my final review right there. Certain like topics that I wanted to touch on and give you guys my opinion. That's it right there. My final overall rating for this game out of 10, I give Black Ops 4 a 6 out of 10, and that's me being generous because I really enjoyed the gameplay aspect and the gameplay value that Black Ops 4 had. I really enjoyed it, but I give it a 6 out of 10. I would give it a 5 out of 10, honestly, but I'll give it a 6 out of 10, mainly because of how big of a letdown and how the potential that we all saw and we still see with this game, and they just did not care about us. 6 out of 10. Final rating right there for Black Ops 4. Hey guys, I'm gonna back out of here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. Any comments, questions, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and any opinions, let me know in the comments. All right, Modern Warfare right around the corner. I'm so excited, guys. I can't wait. We're gonna be doing a lot of big things, and it's gonna be a good year, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna back out of here. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, my name is Gray. Peace.